Well, welcome to another edition of McReynolds Rundown. I am Larry McReynolds, and can you believe the first road course race of 2022, this next-gen car? It is in the books, and I'm still bouncing off the wall. So let's just dive right in it. The question everyone's asking, was Ross Chastain's move warranted in that final lap at COTA on Sunday? I have no problem with what Ross Chastain did. Honestly, I don't have a problem with what he, AJ Allmendinger, or Alex Bowman did. It's a road course. It's the final few corners of the final lap, and all three of those drivers are trying to win the race. Ross Chastain is trying to do something he had not done in the previous 120 starts, and that's win his very first Cup race. Think about this. A few corners before Ross got into AJ, AJ had gotten into Ross. And I know we don't live in a what-if world, but if Alex Bowman in the 48 car is not there, I think when Ross bumped AJ, he was just going to get a little sideways and get up out of the groove, and Ross would go on. Unfortunately, AJ spun out, and I totally get why AJ is upset. The thing about it, I worked with a man named Earnhardt in 1997 and 1998 that wrote the book on the bump and run. Well, this next topic, the question seems to be asked a lot. What is going on with Toyota after 6 races in 2022? Honestly, if I had that answer, I could probably get Toyota cut Larry Mack a pretty big check. So let's just focus on Joe Gibbs Racing. I know Bubba Wallace, he finished second in the Daytona 500. Kurt Busch got a top 5 at Phoenix and Atlanta. But let's just look at Joe Gibbs Racing, because that's the mothership of Toyota. Who would ever believe Christopher Bell's top 5 finish at COTA this past Sunday? Only their second top 5. Denny Hamlin is 22nd in points and still looking for his very first top 10 finish. And Martin Truex Jr., he's the only Joe Gibbs driver in the top 10 in points. But I will say this, these next 2 weeks of racing, Martinsville and Richmond this coming week, 2 short tracks, I think that will be the measuring stick of where Joe Gibbs stacks up with its next-gen car. I just never thought this car would throw them this big of a curve. You know, I personally love road course racing. I love the fact that we have 6 road course races on the Cup Series schedule. And I've been looking forward to every race weekend with this new next-gen car. But I was especially looking forward to the first road course at COTA this past weekend. I just felt like if you took last year's car and you made some changes to make it a better road course car, you would do a lot of the same things they did to this next-gen car. Symmetrical body, rack and pinion steering, bigger brakes, 5-speed sequential shifter. And I've got to say, when I look back at this race weekend, we've never really had what I would call a bad road course race weekend, but I think this race, and especially that finish, was one of the best we've had and something we're going to be talking about for a long time. I can't wait for the other 5 road course races in 2022. Well, I was really anxious to see what the first fan question would be after our first road course race in 2022. And this week it comes from William Huckabee, Attleboro, North Carolina. Hey, Larry, surprisingly, Ross Chastain has been the most consistent driver so far this season. Is it crazy to say he's the title favorite as of now? I think it's still early. Yeah, you look at these last 6 races, especially the last 4, a third, 2 seconds, and the win on the road course, and all these different types of tracks. But I go back to last year. Kyle Larson, who ended up winning 10 races and winning the championship, after 6 races, he only had 1 win last year and 2 other top 5 finishes. So I think it's still a little early, but no matter what Ross Chastain and Trackhouse Racing, that one team doing, it is quite amazing. Love the questions. Submit your questions to @NASCAR on Fox on Twitter. Use hashtag McReynolds Rundown. We're going short track racing, Richmond, Virginia. In fact, the next 3 weeks, short track racing. We'll see you next week on the McReynolds Rundown.
Sunday, the NASCAR Cup Series goes short track racing. Let's go! As we head to Richmond for a battle at the action track. Gonna keep on winning. Let's go! The Toyota Owners 400, Sunday at 3 Eastern on Fox.
Hey race fans, thanks for watching our video. For all NASCAR on Fox News, content, and the best clips from Fox Sports, be sure to follow and subscribe to our channel.